What's up, Sussex? We are back with a phenomenal guest, Alfredo Rodriguez, right? Did I say that right?
You got it.
Alfredo Rodriguez, the assistant principal of Lewes Elementary School. Alfredo, how are you doing today?
I am great. I am definitely great. We have a day off for Veterans Day. It's Friday, a little bit rainy, but you know what? I'm here in company of Jose right now. So great things happening right now.
That's what's up. So let's jump right into it. Who are you? Who are
Ooh.
you?
Do you want to know the professional Alfredo, or do you want to just know like the personal that intersects with the professional?
Both.
Both, yeah. So let me go and say, parents are from Puerto Rico, and they came here in the 1960s to Milton, Delaware. Of all places, they met here. They didn't know each other in Puerto Rico. And before it was Dogfish, it was called Draper King Coal, a processing plant. And a lot of Latin, a lot of Hispanics
right.
migrated there. They worked there, blue-collar workers. Once they met there, they had 4 of us. I'm the youngest out of 4. We have Jackie, we have Walter, Janice, and Alfredo 7 years later. So they kept the best for last. Best for last. No, but seriously. They met there, had 4 of us. By the time I became like, I will say 5 years old, my parents kind of, they had their things. They separated. And that's when I think my drive became even stronger because my mom and my 3 other siblings, 4 of us, we actually kind of became displaced all throughout Sussex County, mainly in the Milton area. We were living in attics. We were living in people's 1-bedroom house. At one point, we had lived in my aunt and uncle's house. They had 10 kids. They had a 3-bedroom house. We were sharing 1 bedroom with my 3 siblings and my mom at one point. And finally, things just came into fruition, and we end up going to Frederica, which is right above Milford. I don't know if
A lot of Puerto Ricans.
Oh, yeah.
Frederica.
A lot of people pronounce it Frederica. No, it's Frederica.
That's right.
Frederica. But we actually started, we moved there. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. My mom, my brother, my 2 sisters, and myself. And it was tough. She was on state aid. She was getting assistance from the government, plus working, and plus taking care of the household. So that was tough. My brother and my 2 sisters, they became my parents, basically. My mom had to work. She was there at nights, just trying to make sure that we're fed. But, who was taking care of me? I was a latchkey kid. I came home, had a key around my neck. I was proud of that. Key around my neck, opened the door, got my snack, and waited for my brothers and sisters to come home from middle school or high school. They took care of me. That was tough because I didn't have that childhood that I'm seeing now where people come over to my house and they had slumber parties. No, I didn't do that. We didn't have room.
That's right.
We slept on the couch. We slept in bedrooms together. It was floors. So we didn't have all that. So it's okay because it actually made me persevere even more.
That's right.
Yeah. But going further, my brother and my 2 sisters, they pushed me. They knew, you know what, you got to make this. You got to make this happen, Alfredo, because they end up like dropping out of high school, not only because they had to, well, actually they had to because they had to support our family even more. My brother, he became the patriarch of our family. He actually helped us out a lot financially. He's like the even, calm head.
Yeah. Shout out to Walter.
Yes, definitely. He supported us. My sisters as well. They just pushed me. They pushed me to a point where they said, you know what, you're going to do this. You're going to graduate. I became the first person to graduate in my family out of high school diploma. Everyone else did the GED route because, that's what it was at that time. Once they knew that I went to the education route, they was like, all right, what's next? Bachelor's. All right, let's do it. They pushed me even further, financially, supporting me, motivating me. You got this. You got this. And here I am at HOB. 2003, where it first started. I went to HOB as a kindergartner, and then once we got displaced, I moved around. And when it was time, I knew HOB was that was the school. That was the school for me. Taught there about, I will say, 15 years, from 2003 to 2017, and that's when Love Creek Elementary opened up. It was a gift because it was another school, but no one's been there. The culture wasn't already set. We established it. New teachers, old teachers, veteran teachers. We established that culture there, and that's what I wanted. I felt it. Went there about 5 years, had some administrators come through and was like, you know what? You should do this. Be a leader. And Lisa Morris, my administrator, she's like, all right, You got this. Go for your master's because you're gonna become a principal. I can tell. So last year in the summertime, the position came up, and it was actually for H.O. Brigham as assistant principal. I was like, look at that! I started my teaching
Full circle, man.
full circle. Unfortunately, it did turn out where I was a assistant principal at Lewes Elementary. I am the assistant principal at Lewes Elementary right now, but it's okay because I'm connecting, and that's who I am, Jose. That is who
That
I
is
am.
what's up. And fun facts, man. My first job in Delaware was at King Cole.
Mm,
You know, like I
yes,
remember going to the store there. You know, I worked security there. You know, so those roots, your local roots, are so important, man.
it
You
is.
know, humble beginnings. You know, another question that I have for you: you could have been anywhere, man. Right? Finished school. Why you chose to stay in Sussex?
Mm. Well, again, my parents came here in Milton, that's this county, but I wanna leave my footprint here. I really do. It's just not just living in this area. It's a great area. You have the towns of Milton and Lewes. You have the beach area, the resort, but there's more to that. There's a culture here, and I want to be part of that. I want to leave my footprint and say, you know what? Oh, Alfredo Rodriguez, not only teacher, but also assistant principal, but also he helps with the outreach of, the communities that are around. And that's something I'm working on, becoming an assistant principal. I have a further reach now, and I like that. I'm ready.
What is one of the biggest challenges you see in public schools today?
Mm. Overall, as a teacher in the last 20 years, we want our kids to advocate for themselves. We want them to say, what do you need help in? Not only academically, but what can we do for you? But when we are asking that, are we ready for those answers? We, as teachers, as educators, we can help you with anything academically that's happening inside that classroom, in that school. But when students are coming with their emotional needs and that support that is needed, are teachers prepared for that? Are staff members prepared for that? I would like to say I think so, but there's more that we can do. There really is. And CAPE, I'm telling you right now, we have psychiatrists, school counselors, we have building staff that's been professional development for social emotional learning, but we still need to be ahead of the game for preventive measures. We need to make sure that we're ready. We are ready to answer those questions like, hey, I need help with my needs that are happening outside this classroom. And that's where I think our challenge is. We're getting there, but we need to actually do more. And as a whole nation for this education system, we are ready for academics, but emotional needs, I don't think we're there yet.
Understood. Can you share with us a moment with a student that shows why you love working with them?
Ooh, that's a good one. I have so many moments. One of the things I do realize that the students, not only students, but just families, they want connections. They want connections. They want to know that you're there for them and not just say, okay, get in the classroom, do your work, and here's your grade, and I'll see you tomorrow. No, it's not about that. They want to know that you're really looking and really reaching out to them, not only them, but their family and their needs. So one thing I did do at H.O. Brittingham, and I actually translate that to Love Creek Elementary as well, we did something called Gentlemen's Club. And Gentlemen's
Yes.
Club,
Mhm.
when you just bring in, just boys that are higher energy, boys that need that extra outlet, or even boys that, hey, I need you to help me with my demeanor or my positive outlook for our just conversations that you have every day. So once a week, I will say once every Thursday or Friday, whatever it was at that time, brought in like 5, 6 boys. We learned how to tie ties. We learned how to set tables, how to shake hands, eye contact, just speaking, listening, because that conversation, that communication needed to be there, and just having a goal and setting those goals. That's Gentlemen's Club.
You know, one thing that I can say about you that's been so consistent, I met you years ago at HOB when Trey was ready to go to school in Milton. And man, his first few years, I would walk him to school every day. And to be able to walk in that school and see you there, you don't know what that did for me until this day as a family. Man, we love you. We love what you represent, man.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about the most influential person in your life and what impact have they had in you?
Ooh, we're going to go
On
back
you.
to my family. Walter Rodriguez, I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, I don't know if you realize that, but with him, I feel like if he wasn't in my life supporting me, pushing me, I don't think I'd be at this table with you, Jose. I truly, truly believe that. And I am not saying that he's supporting me in a monetary way, but also just building character. He's the one actually approached me and was like, you know what, you better look good when you go outside that house. Get your hair cut. He
That's right.
cut my hair when we couldn't afford it. He cut my hair weekly. And that's how I stood from then on. Every week, every bye week, hey, I'm getting my hair cut. I gotta look presentable because you know what? You have your name, you have who you are, but someone's gonna look at you and say, who is this person? And they're gonna judge you before you even start speaking and tell them who you are. But he not only helped me with that, he also helped me with just driving myself for a goal. He said, "You can do this." At one point, I in high school, I just didn't know if I could like continue. I missed so many days. I was like, I don't know. I'm at that boundary. Like they might
Yeah.
not even let me
Yeah.
get the diploma, make me walk. But he pushed me. He told me, "Go ahead, keep going." And once I stopped high school, got my diploma, I was like, "What else is out there?" I worked at McDonald's for like a good year and a half, and actually that gave me some tolerance because those customers, woo! I don't know if you worked for McDonald's, but those
I did
customers,
in Georgetown.
they will help you out. You need some positivity going through that. So either way, I went through McDonald's, worked for the YMCA. He's like, all right, what else is out there? He pushed me into Delaware State University. Yeah, go Hornets. Here we go. And I went there for 4 years, got my bachelor's. He helped me with, all right, what's next for you? So every time I knew that I was kind of plateauing, what's next? What's next? When I told him I was going to interview for the assistant principal, he was the first person I said, this came up. What should I do? He's like, you got everything that you need. They will be dumb if they don't hire you. And this is before the interviews. And once I found out, he was the first person I text, and that was it. And he was like, I told you, you got this.
Man, Walter, such a gentle soul, man. I need to look into this camera and say, like, everybody that I run into say the same thing about you, Walter, man. Thank you for everything you
Yes.
do, man. Another question. If there was a question that you felt I should have asked, what would have that question been?
What's next? What's next for me? Because this is not it. I'm telling you right now. I want to not only just connect with students. I don't want to just connect with the families, but also the community. I want to make sure that they understand I'm actually data from generational gap. I know they say there's an achievement gap, and you can just help the achievement gap by just going to the student and say, okay, how can we help you so we can close this gap? No, it's generational. It's family. I knew growing up, what's going on here? Why am my family not graduating? Why aren't my parents coming here to work and thrive in this country here in the United States? And I knew after that, I was like, we need help. These families need help. I'm not saying that every single family needs help, but I'm saying in order to stop that cycle or slow it down and then eventually stop it, we have to help the whole family,
That's right.
not just the child, because it's not just going to continue. It's not going to stop unless we stop that gap. Help, give the support. They might not just need academic help, just support. Let them know, hey, we're here for you. We got things going on in our school, in our community, and I want to help that out. I want to make sure that I be part of that, and that's that footprint that I want to leave here at Sussex.
Thank you, man. And what is it? Final question. What is it about education? Because it's obvious, but what is it about education that you love?
Letting that student know you're there, just like my brother helped me. He let me know, and at that time I didn't realize why are you pushing me so much, man? Like let me do me. But he knew that if he doesn't push me, it might not be where I am right now. And I want to let those students know. I want to let that family know. You have it in you, no matter if no one told you before, no matter what your strength is. It might not be academics, it might not be arts, it might not be sports. Something's there, and I'm going to find it because I don't want that to be the end when you leave that school building. Before it was the classroom because I was a teacher, but now the school building. I don't want you to leave the school building saying, who is my principal? Who is my assistant principal? No, I want you to know, oh, there's Mr. Rodriguez. He helped me. He found something in me. He liked whatever he did. He liked whatever he's seen in me, and he just maybe even go after even more. I'm just using my brother as a model, and I want to just keep on encompassing that in the classroom, in the school building, even in the community.
Drop mic. Thank you, brother.
Thank you,
Thank
Jose.
you for the opportunity, man.
Yes, of
Appreciate
course,
it.
of course.
And with that, Man, you guys have a phenomenal day.